Despite the setback and challenges, George was determined and founded Agri-Tech Organic Farm Company na bado anakiuka nayo, which means going beyond and breaking barriers. Welcome to Tuzidi na Hustle, a show that highlights young Kenyan entrepreneurs through their losses, lessons, and wins. I'm your host, Martin Kimathi. Welcome ladies and gentlemen to another episode of Tuzidi na Hustle. I hope mko salama, mna maintain safety, mna sanitize, and everyone is just happy. Remember our hashtag ni Tuzidi na Hustle, so engage with us even though tuna kiuka. And if you don't know what kiuka means, it just means go beyond whatever profession that you're doing. Kama una talanta yoyote and you aspire to be great, to break all the barriers, unakiuka nayo. And today tuko kwa shamba. Yeah.
Karibuni sana.
Asante, you have a very nice farm.
Thank you.
Yeah. Kwanza tuanze na majina kamili na tueleze kazi ni gani.
So kwa majina ni George Muturi Kamau. So kazi yenye tunafanya hapa ni ukulima wa wadudu na worms and insects.
Before uingie farming, kazi za kwanza zilikuwa gani?
So before niingie farming, kazi ya kwanza yenye nilifanya, nilikuwa napenda sana kutengeneza vitu za beads. Handbags, serviette holders, mats, fruits holders, hizo zote. Nilikuwa nafanya hizo, nikafanya like for 1 year. Then nikaona, considering that I'm in a rural area and it was so much competitive going to Nairobi, buying things, so naona cost yangu ya production inakuwa juu sana as compared to wenye wananunua vitu tu hapo town, wanatengeneza hapo, wanauza tu hapo. So that is when now I started looking into farming.
Kuna any amount of budget ama startup capital ya kuingia farming? Ulipata wapi? Ilikuwa ngapi? Uliwezaje kuanza?
So now wakati nilikuwa natengeneza vitu za beads, it was so much fluctuating because it was depending on whether naenda kuuza or whether na shona tu hapa then pia mtu anauza. So it was ranging from around 5,000, 10,000 ikienda sana. That is now what I would make or I would sell. Then when I started looking to farming, nilikuwa bado nafanya ile farming tu ya hapa home, niko na kuku kadhaa. Even when I was back in primary school, like when I was in around class 6, class 7, nilikuwa nauza mayai sana kwa walimu. So that is when now like I started farming from primary school. Lakini venye niliingia high school, because now high school I was in school much of the time. So hapo sikufanya farming sana, nilikuja saa kuanzia. Like venye nilimalizia nikaanza kutafuta kuku, nikafuga kuku kadhaa. So now when I decided now to go into farming, ndio sasa nikaongezea, though sikuweka pesa mingi, it was around 5,000 kuongezea kuku kadhaa, then sasa kuendelea.
Wow. And currently, hebu tueleze ama tufafanulie what kind of farming are you doing?
So currently farming yenye nafanya ni ukulima wa wadudu. Ukulima wa wadudu ulikuja juu ya ukulima wa kuku. Because now I was trying to look into what I can use as an alternative source of feeds for my chicken. Because now the cost of feeding the chicken, kienyeji chicken, they don't lay that well. So huwezi sema ati unapea kuku chakula, commercial feeds, then ununue, wajifeed wenyewe wakubakishie kitu. So I was trying to look into an alternative source of feeds for chicken. And that is now when I came into to know about redworm farming.
Redworm farming?
Yeah, that is what we call vermiculture. So nikifanya research zangu hapa online here and there, nikajua kuna redworm farming. And I tried to look into how I can start that and use it as source of feed for my chicken.
And how many types of worms do you use, or how many types of insects do you have?
So currently we have 2 types. We have now the red worms and we have the black soldier flies. So zote zimekuja zikidevelop from one to the other, because now when I ventured into red worms, I did it for a number of years, like 2-3 years, trying to increase the numbers so that niweze kufeed kuku.
Yeah.
But I realized it was not that sustainable because the rate of production, the production of the worms, iko chini. So still I continued to look for more options, and now that is when I came across black soldier flies.
Okay.
Now that is what we can say, ndio nimeona sasa if I'm doing chicken, doing black soldier flies, I can sustainably produce protein for my chicken. And still continuing on the same, nikapatana na ukulima wa algae or majani yenye tunasema inamea kwa maji, ina float tu kwa maji. So we came across azora and duckweed. Still pia hiyo tunaifanya hapa.
Joji, why red worms and black soldier fly? Jini kiangalia flies ni nyingi sana hii dunia. Kuna sese fly, Nairobi fly.
So the reason as to why tumetarget other worms, specifically red worms and black soldier flies, it's one, like for example tukiingia kwa red worms, there are a number of varieties of worms, earthworms. But yenye specifically saizi unatumia red worms. One, red worms, they feed a lot. Like for example, ukiwa na 1 kg of worms, they feed on a kg of waste per day. So that means they are able to degrade kwa haraka whatever you are feeding them.
Okay.
So that is why tumefocus na red worms. Then tukiangalia mambo na black soldier flies, the reason as to why zinatumika za ku-produce protein, one, zinazaana sana. Like for example, a pair of flies, a male and a female, zikimate, the female huwa inataga mayai from 400 to 800 eggs. Yeah. That is in a span of 10 days.
Well, how many? Able to repeat the number again?
400 to 800.
Wow.
So that is approximately almost half a kg of ravi after feeding. So tukiwa na a good number of flies, pia zita produce a lot of protein within a span of 2 weeks. Yeah. So that is why zinatumika hizo.
The entire process mimi ninapata ni I can even define it as a process ya kukiuka kwa sababu umeongea so much about research, you've done so much research when it comes to these insects, and also you're doing a lot here kuja story ya capture. So that means you're really going beyond, you're using different and new alternatives ya ku, you know, maximize your farm. Abu tupeleke through the process. Red worms, black soldier flies, unazipata aje? How do you capture them? Zinapatikana wapi? And what is the process? Tupeleke to you the entire process.
So now like tukianza na black soldier flies, first tunafaa kujua where are they found so that you can capture them. You will just find them in dumping sites. Then tunaangalia in which regions where are they found. You go to find them in areas where temperatures range from 23 degrees natural temperatures. So once you get that, now you need to give them an environment which is conducive. Like for example, umezitrap huko ukambani, then unazileta mahali ya baridi. So we give them an environment similar to that. Because now we need to give them a greenhouse environment. Chakula now, that is the waste, fruit waste, hotel waste, iyo waste yote tunazifeed. So now that is for the black soldier flies. For the other worms are a bit easy. Though now the challenge with the other worms, when you try to trap, you will get a variety of them.
Of worms, so you have to handpick. Select.
You get red worms, you will get other white worms, but specifically red worms are found in swampy areas. So hizo utazipata huko kwa mto, huko utazipata.
You're not only dealing with red worms and black soldier fly. Nimeangalia shamba yako ukana food, you're doing vegetables. I see you're growing plantation, nimeona pia una real livestock. Tueleze more, what are the benefits of this fertilizer in general and in a scaling process? Tukiangalia hizi vitu zote unaria hapa kwa shamba, hizi zinasaidiaje?
The farm iko in a way like it's in a cycle. We have the worms, the red worms, depending on the cows, because red worms is inapewa mbolea ya ng'ombe. We get the fertilizer inatumika kwa shamba. My dad operates the farm. Analima hizi vitu za 2 months, 3 months, the vegetables. Then whatever gets to be either waste from the farm, iko na 2 ways. Inaweza enda kwa nguruwe, na inaweza rudi hapa kwa the worms. The worms is continue to break down. Then the same fertilizer we get here, tunaitumia kuproduce azora and duckweed. Yenye inatumika kufeed kuku, nguruwe, ng'ombe na pia mbuzi. Then tunaingia sasa kwa black soldier flies. Black soldier flies pia ziko na hiyo cycle. Black soldier flies zinapewa nguruwe na zinapewa kuku.
Na tukiangalia in terms of cost, is there any cost that unapatanga in this process?
So yeah, there is a cost, because now like for example, cost yenye tunaweza sema ya kwanza tu ni labor. Kuna mtu tunafanya na yeye.
But then how many employees do you have?
Currently I have 2.
2?
Yeah.
That's we excluding family?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have 2. So apart now from hawa wafanyikazi, tunasema hii mbolea yenye tunatumia hapa for culture haitoshi yenye tunapata from hawa ng'ombe. Because now like in a month natumia, or in a span of 45 days, natumia around 4 tons to 5 tons of mbolea. Of which saa hiyo tunanunua from farmers around to huku.
Yeah. Wow, so much knowledge from George, and there's so much coming, so don't go anywhere. We are gonna take a short commercial break. In the meantime, #Tuzidi na Hustle, na tunazidi kukiuka.